Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is a beautiful Tuesday episode for you guys. Today's thread is a bit of a wild one. We have, what are your IHOP, Waffle House / Denny's parking lot at 3 a.m. stories? So let's see what y'all motherfuckers be seeing at 3 a.m. at IHOP, the Waffle House, or Denny's. Let's see. Friend group in high school got in a fight with another group in the parking lot at Denny's at like 2 a.m. Before it was about to escalate, one of the guys from the other group went to his car and pulled out a full-blown mall ninja samurai sword. Everyone in the group was more perplexed than anything, and the fight just kind of fizzled out before anything happened. So this dude was just like, hold on, I got that thing for you. I got that, hold on. And he was just like, shriek. And everybody was just like, what the fuck? Look at this old lame ass motherfucker. Like, and then just, they were like, you know what? It ain't worth it no more. Like, what the hell? I guess that's one way to like de-escalate. All right, my friend and I inadvertently recruited a gang of homeless people. We were at a Waffle House parking lot, and this guy asked to bum a cig while we were outside waiting on some other people to show up. We gave him one, and he was so appreciative. He said that if anyone tries to mess with us, then let him know, and he and his buddies will stomp their face in. We went back to the Waffle House throughout the rest of the year, and the guy always remembered us and asked us if we needed his help. Okay. Off of a cigarette? This dude's like an NPC in a video game. You just do one simple task for him, and he was just like, I am forever in your debt, my liege. You know? And they just kept going back, and that dude was just like, hey, man. You need me to stomp somebody's face in? Stomp somebody's... No, we good? All right, man. But you let me know, though. You let me know. If you need me to stomp somebody's face, I got you. I'm your man. And they're just like, all right, dude. Like, and the fact that he said he got homies. I'm like, where, man? Where you got homies at? He was just like, I'll get me, Mike, and the boys. All right? Mike and the boys got you. All right? You let me know. Because you lit me a cigarette, and I'll never forget that. All right? Mike and the boys are forever in your debt. All right, buddy? Oh. Wound up at a Denny's after dropping some alphabet hallucinogens with a buddy. Okay. We were on the downslope, so somewhat coherent, but still out of it. We ordered burgers, took some bites, but mostly just nibbled and talked for a long time. Also, it's 2 a.m. Sweet waitress comes over and asks if the food's okay because we've barely touched it. It took a moment of thought, composure, but we eventually just be honest. It's a fucking Denny's at 2 a.m. Why not? The food was great. We just kind of tripping right now. At first, she was like, "Oh, what?" Then realized and was so sweet. Oh, okay. Well, let me know if you guys need anything like water or something. Enjoy your meal. I'll check in on you in a while. So she knew they were high. She was like, oh. Okay, well, let me know if you need some. I got you, because y'all niggas are probably fucked up right now. And let's be honest, man. If you work at Denny's, the drunkest motherfuckers and the highest motherfuckers go in there. For some reason, that's just the way it is. And so she was probably just like, oh, cool. Yeah, this is just another night. This is just another night for me. We finished most of the food and left, as most of it had worn off by then. Sunday coming up when we left, sun was coming up when we left. Of course, left a fat tip. Yeah, I mean, at least they left a good tip for her. But, you know, she was just on that. She was just like, yeah, I know what's going down. I know, you guys are on something. You guys are high. You guys are whatever. That's probably not her first time seeing that, which is kind of crazy. But, hey, it is what it is, man. That's what happens when you work at a breakfast spot in the middle of the night. I was in a rough part of town that used to be fine. So it's got a KFC, a Burger King, and a Waffle House, that kind of thing, and truck stops. I fill up at a truck stop, and a woman of the night offers her services. I decline, but we actually had a nice conversation. She then headed to work at her regular time job at the Waffle House. Wait.
What? What did he say?
So what you're telling me is during the night, she sells coochie, and then she works at the so she sells coochie in front of the place that she works at. I mean, okay, I get your money, I guess. Get it any way you can, I'm guessing, because that's a little interesting, let's just say. That is crazy. I would have probably had a conversation with her too. Just the fact that I'm sure these bitches got some crazy stories on her. But the fact that she was just like, well, okay, honey, if you don't want none, I'm going to go to my job at the Waffle House right over there. And you're just like, and I wonder, they probably do, if I'm being honest with you. But I was just going to say, like, does her coworkers at the Waffle House know she be selling booty in front of the Waffle House like that? Like, come on, man. That's crazy to me. About 12-ish years ago, I had been drinking. Me and a couple of friends stop in for some late breakfast at IHOP. It's an aggressively windy night, but nothing too crazy. We are eating when some other table says, "Oh, buddy, glad I don't have a white car." I say to him, "What's wrong with having a white car?" He says, "It's not the car, it's the IHOP sign on the car." Sure enough, the sign fell on my car. I wasn't sure how to handle it because I had been drinking and Uber wasn't a thing. I ended up calling the cops, and they told over the phone to exchange insurance information. Yo, the IHOP sign fell on his car. Imagine. Some dude walks around and he's just like, "Damn, man, I'd hate to have a white car." And I said, "What's wrong with a white car?" "I got a white car." And he was like, "Yeah, well, there's IHOP on the white car out there." And you're just like, "What? IHOP on the..." And it's just like, there's a whole sign on top of your car. That's crazy. I mean, I hope he got a fat check out of that. Because, I mean, dude, imagine if I was in that car. You know what I mean? Like, nah, man, I would have took them to court like a motherfucker. I would have tried to get as much money as I could out of that. I would have tried to give me a fat check. That's wild, man. Imagine you go into a restaurant and then you walk out and the sign to the restaurant fell off the building and onto your car. Imagine. Like, that doesn't happen to a lot of people, but imagine it was just your day, I guess. And it happened to happen to you. Damn, man. That's crazy. Waffle House, buddies and I went in and grabbed a booth. All of a sudden, we heard a loud pop followed by a silence and then laughter. A guy a couple booths away was trying to squeeze mustard out of a plastic mustard bottle, and the bottle exploded all over him. Yo. His face was 100% covered in mustard. He took off his glasses and had clean skin under his glasses. My friends and I lost it. Everyone in the place was laughing and saying, "Get that man some mustard." Oh, dude. How the hell did the mustard explode on his face, though? Like, nobody squeezes a mustard like to their face. Like, how the hell did you get all that? I don't even know. Just imagine, though, being at a Waffle House and then you just turn around, all of a sudden, dude just got mustard all over his face. Like, I would be genuinely asking homeboy, "How did you do this? How did you get mustard all over your face, bro?" Like, what the fuck? What had to go down for this to occur, for this to be your conclusion? Like, What the fuck, man? That's crazy. My mother worked at a Waffle House, and I would stay in the booth during visits. We had bad storming. Everything was closing. Waffle House didn't close for shit. Power went out. We had regulars hanging out, but their orders were interrupted due to power loss. My mother pulled out some hamburger beef and a skillet and started just cooking on the gas burner. She fed these people with some kind of beef with green peppers. So I don't know. Mom fed people with not on the menu struggle meat. Okay. So she was just, I don't know what struggle meat is, but it don't sound like it's good. Like, if I'm being honest with you, it doesn't sound like it's good. Like, if the power went out and they said, hey, your order is delayed and you just can't get food right now, I'd be like, that's cool, man. And if she comes out talking about, oh, well, I can make it on a burner, baby, I'd be like, oh, I don't know about all that, because that's just asking to eat some uncooked, raw in the middle goddamn food. Not me, Chief. No thanks. That sounds nasty as hell. You bite into a burger and it's just raw in the middle. No. No, thank you. Nah, brother. Nah. I don't, that's struggle meat. That's crazy. Not one of them, but at a 24-hour deli that used to be in Santa Monica, California, I worked at a neighborhood bar and grill as a cook and then later as a bartender when I was just 20. Some nights we'd go out for breakfast at 3 a.m. after we locked up. We had this one cool waitress that was taking our order, and one guy asked her, when do you get off? And she comes back with, about 10 minutes after I get home. All I remember is she got 20s for tips because that was the best line we had heard. Damn. I'd have been like, yo, can that involve me? Like, let's be like, come on now. You did, like, I feel like she opened the door. It was a great line, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I feel like she opened the door for a little something, something. I would have been like, hey, does that involve me? With you getting off 10 minutes after the way, like, come on now. Oh, at least you played into it. Okay, so my friend, a secret culinary graduate school from Upper Midwest who wanted to experience Waffle House in the South in all its glory. Oh, God, that sounds like a rich white kid from the suburbs just wanting to see what the hood looks like. Goodness gracious. Okay. We picked a random location in Nashville while we were there. Hold on. We picked a random location in Nashville, and while we were there, a patron barricaded herself in the bathroom for hours, alternatively shooting up and screaming that the management had stolen her driver's license. The cops had to crowbar the bathroom door open while we ate our hash browns, smothered, capped, and topped directly adjacent. Even sadder, a few months later, someone murdered 3 folks at the same Waffle House. You probably saw it in the news. What in the hell? I bet that kid was just like, wow, get me out of here. This is crazy. Either that or he thought this shit was cool. He probably thought, he was like, yo, this is dope, man. You got a crazy lady shooting up drugs talking about they stole her driver's license, and the cops got to come in here all cop style like you see on TV, busting the door open with a crowbar. And then later on, you hear about some motherfuckers got shot up at that same Waffle House. I bet that kid was like, yo, we got to go back. You know what I mean? He was probably like, we got to go back, man. That place is lit. That place is the spot. That's where I want to be. Hey, man, I wonder what this obsession is about, like, the hood. Like, for me, look, I ain't gonna cap to you. I was born low key in the hood, but I was a baby. You know, for most of my life, I grew up in the suburbs. All right, I ain't gonna cap to you. For the most part, I grew up in the suburbs. I was probably like in the hood, if you will, until I was 1, 2, you know, but for the majority of my life, I grew up in the suburbs. But all of these suburban kids are always like, oh, what is the hood like? And for me, I'm like, nigga, I was there till I was like 2. I don't remember. I don't have any core memories in the hood. Like, no. And if anything, the hood has always sounded like a place you don't want to go to. If I'm being honest with you, I think motherfuckers in the hood don't even want to be in the hood. So why would you want to go there? You know, I just don't get the gangster fantasy around it, and you know, and this whole like, oh well, I'm from, you know, this place, I'm from da 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 da. It's like, nigga, I don't give a shit where you're from, because it was probably a shithole. You know, like what the fuck? Like you out here claiming a shithole, like that makes you tougher? I don't know. Like I said, I personally don't get it. And so when stories like this come up where they're just like, yeah, I took my white friend to the hood to a Waffle House, and these motherfuckers are like, yo, this shit is lit. This is great. It's like, why? What for? Stay in the suburbs, man. Where it's safe. It's nice. You know? Where you're around a lot of white people with money. Goodness, man. Mods and punks getting into an all-out brawl with local skinheads in a Denny's parking lot in the 80s was glorious and bloody. Okay. I guess Denny's used to be the Fight Club. You know, before they started doing Fight Club in basements and shit and backyards, they were just like, hey, y'all, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. I'll see you at the Denny's. See you at the Denny's, motherfucker. He was just like, I'll be there. I'm going to get my grand slam. I'm going to eat that motherfucker up, and then I'm going to beat your ass. You know, and he was like, nah, man, I'm going to beat your ass first, then I'm going to go get a grand slam. Fuck you. It's like, what? Like, Denny's was the spot. Oh, man. And they go into Denny's all beat the fuck up, and they're like, can I get a table for 3? Oh my God, bro. That shit is wild. Oh. Huddle house inside instead of the parking lot. Close enough, I guess. Oh, maybe he means Waffle House, and it auto-translated to Huddle House. Okay. After a long night of drinking at Oktoberfest in Helen, GA, my friend somehow managed to piss off the cook. The cook stormed out of the restaurant. My friend normally stormed out of restaurants. Cook stormed out of the restaurant. My friend, normally the sweetest guy on earth, was belligerent. Stood up and loudly announced that he would just buy the whole damn restaurant, and pulled out a massive stack of cash from his pocket and threw it on the table. I still have no idea where the money came from. Definitely didn't see it while my broke college ass was drinking with him at bars just an hour or 2 prior. We collected our friend and our friend cash, leaving some of it on the table for inconvenience, and left before someone could call the cops. I'll buy the whole damn restaurant is such a catchphrase 20 years later amongst those of us that were there that night. And to my knowledge, none of us has ever asked where the money came from or why in the hell he was bar hopping in Helen, Georgia with a cargo pocket stuffed full of banded bills. Yo, homeboy was asking to get his ass beat and then robbed. Like, what are you doing, my guy? Again, that's one of those rich kids that just like, they have no semblance of social cues, and you know what I mean? They just think like, oh, I could say and do whatever the fuck I want to do because I have money. And it's like, bro, you're going to get your ass beat and jacked real quick, especially if you at a Waffle House, my guy, in Georgia. Like, come on, man. You know them niggas was eyeing you like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we gonna wait till he hit the parking lot and we about to beat the brakes off this little kid and we about to take his money. Like, come on, man. You don't do that shit. You don't do that. Like I said, that's asking for some niggas to whoop that ass in the parking lot and steal all your money. They gonna pull your pants off just to check all the pockets. Like, and then they might keep your pants. Like, dude. Nah, man, no. If I was his friend, I'd have been like, yo, bro, sit the fuck back down. And I took all the money and just hit it. And I'd be like, just sit down, bro. Sit down. And be like, put this back in your fucking pockets, dude. And like I said, if I was his friend and he's getting his ass beat because he was flaunting money, I'd let him get his ass beat. I'm sorry. I ain't getting my ass beat over him flaunting some, because then one of the motherfuckers might pull out a swap wap, and I'm like, nah, man, I ain't getting pat by that swap pap. No, thank you. Not me, Jesus. Not me. Like, nah. It ain't my time. I'd be like, take it. But a good thing they got out without any confrontation, for one. And then, two, I'm surprised they didn't ask where that money came from, because I'm just like, yo, bruh, slap your boy upside the head with some bills. Like, help me out. Help me. Like, goddamn. Just saying. All right, not a parking lot and more wholesome, but wanted to share. Back in the 90s in high school, there was a 24-hour IHOP about 20 minutes from my hometown. My friends and I would go there after every school dance, late activities, whatever, always after midnight. I'd ordered the same thing to start, cucumber with a side of ranch and chocolate milk. Okay. All right, that's an odd order, but sure. There would be groups of 10, 15, 6, 2 kids. Okay. So I guess there was groups of 10 kids, 15 kids, 6 kids, and 2 kids. I'd always order the same thing for years, intermittently. Well, the late night host recognized me and my friends when we came in and would seat us at the same table with the same waitress, and she'd always have the usual starter for me immediately, which... much surprise from different friends. Fast forward 3 to 4 years later, I come back to town, grab some drinks with an old friend, and we ended up at that IHOP. It's the same host. He recognized me and he put me at the same table. Sweet. Next thing I know, there is a cucumber ranch and chocolate milk in front of me. It's the same waitress who obviously remembered me. I didn't remember having chocolate milk since the last time I was there. I almost cried. I wonder what they're doing now. Probably working at the same damn fucking place. I mean, if from when you were in high school, then 3 to 4 years out of high school, they're still working there. They're probably still there, if I'm being honest with you, which is kind of crazy to me. I mean, I hope not. I hope they're doing something, better and more productive with their life. But for the most part, they're probably still working there, which is crazy. But that's a cool nostalgia thing, if I'm being honest with you. You go back and they happen to remember your order and you're just like, damn, son, that would feel really nostalgic for me, too. If I, went to a place all the time with friends and I ordered the same damn thing, because I'm like that with every place I go to. I order the same damn thing. Hell, the girls at the Subway by, my house, they know me. They're like, hey, you want a BLT on 9 Grain Honey O? And I'm like, you're damn right, girl. You're damn right. So it's nice to kind of have those little spots. But for him, 3-4 years, they still remember him. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I was hungry. They were closed. I cried in the empty parking lot. I had a rough day. All right, man. All right. Sometimes, you just got to cry because you had a tough day and you're hungry. Years ago, some friends and I were at Norm's around 1 a.m. and after a wild punk rock show down the street, we were there just to recover and sober up. Ain't no thing. The next booth over, like, divided the wall and glass barrier things. Some elderly folks were hanging out at 1 a.m. like old people do apparently. Old dude starts choking and we say, oh shit. A couple employees run over as soon as they see him go to the floor. Now we're pretty fucked up still, so honestly, if we wanted to help, we wouldn't have done anything but made things worse. Anyway, one of the employees, instead of trying to unblock their airway, decided, let's go full on swap meat tracheotomy, and stuck a fucking fork in his throat. Other employees started yelling something like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do, and ripped it back out. Paramedics show up about a minute later and did their thing. We don't know whatever happened to him, but of course we all hope the best. Wild night, and when we went to pay, they just said go ahead and leave, assuming they were all in shock and not caring about the job so much at the moment. What in the hell? Do you not know the Heimlich? Bruh. You're supposed to get behind him, go a little something like this and push into his stomach at like an upward to try to get him to upchuck it. You don't fucking stab him with a goddamn fork. He's an old man. Wow. I'd have been like, I'm sure he did survive it, and I'd have been like, I want this motherfucker fired. You don't just stab somebody choking with a fork. You use the Heimlich maneuver. I think majority of people should know that. I mean, maybe it's not common sense anymore. Maybe people don't know what the Heimlich maneuver is anymore, but it's like, yeah, use the Heimlich maneuver, man, or you get him like a glass of water and he can kind of try to, drink the water and get it to go down his throat, something. But you don't stab the man with a fork. That would have freaked me the hell out. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man, after a rock show getting drunk, I've done that many a times with my friends. We go to Denny's. I swear to God, orange juice never tastes so good after a rock show and you're fucking drunk as hell. Orange juice has never tasted so bomb. I know some of you that don't like orange juice are like, ew, orange juice. But I'm telling you, man, orange juice with some pancakes when you're drunk at 1 or 2 in the morning is fire. That shit hits like no other. And you just get a plate of pancakes. That's it. Plate of pancakes and orange juice. I'm telling you, when you're drunk, that shit tastes fire as hell. That or anything greasy. I'm just saying. But Jesus. Hopefully that old man survived, and hopefully the dude understands, like, hey man, you use the Heimlich maneuver, you don't stab a motherfucker with a fork. That's crazy. I'm hoping the EMTs were just like, next time use the Heimlich maneuver. you don't stab an old man with a fork. That's crazy. All right, Denny's in Conway, AR, after seeing a concert in Little Rock with my then girlfriend and her cousin. We had just ordered, and then I heard a plate drop and shatter, then another. Then we realized it was bullets going through the window, and everyone in the restaurant dropped to the floor. I think it was 6 or 8 shots in total. Turns out there had been an altercation at a party. Group A left while Group B went to go get guns. Group B saw Group A's vehicle in the parking lot and opened fire. Nobody was injured. Group A left the restaurant immediately after the incident, and everyone had their meals comped. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. I mean, I would have at least gave them a 5 out of 10. You did get your meal for free for getting shot at. I mean, come on now. Shit. I'd have been like, yo, this meal better be fucking free. I could have died. What do you mean? Imagine. That is crazy. You're just eating your food, doing your thing, and I know you just hear bap, 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 and you're just like, oh, shit. What the fuck, man? I'd have been so pissed. It wouldn't have been a 0. Like I said, I'd at least gave him a 5 out of 10. I'd have been like, hey, at least I got the meal for free. But I did almost die. Like, shit. But that is a story, man. Oh, shit. I'd be scared to go back to that spot. Just because the crazy ass people that are there. My goodness. All right, we're going to do one more and we'll end this thread. Some guy came up to me and showed me a video of this guy sitting on a jar and it shattering in his butt. Okay. I was traumatized and threw up in the parking lot. All right, man. If you know, you know. Let's just say that, okay? If you know, you know. All right. Yeah. And for the people who don't know, the guy died. I'm just saying. All right. Like I said, if you know, you know, and homeboy died. Let's just keep it at that. We're moving on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that thread, man. Wild thread. You guys be having some wild stories. I mean, wild. Goodness. I love these threads because, for one, it helps you guys get involved. And then, two, just the stories are crazy as absolute hell. And it's funny just hearing the crazy stories that people have, man. You got to realize, just in America alone, there's 300 million people. And each one of those people have a crazy story to some degree. And I love that, the internet has created a way for you to be able to access these 300 million people's different stories and their crazy stuff that they have going on. And it's awesome. I love that so much, man. And I think it is a great way to just have a good laugh, man. Just have a good laugh. We're going to hop into announcements super duper quick. I always try to make these super quick because I drone on and you guys don't like that. I know. I see the comments. All right. And you guys still don't like my reading. I understand. It's okay. It's all right, man. I take your criticisms. Okay. I take them straight to the chin and I say, you know what? I'm going to try to be better. I'm going to be better for you. I love you. I'm going to try to be better. Okay, I promise. All right, patreon.com/MyAssHole Podcast. $3 a month gets you an exclusive episode every single Friday. If you're loving what we're doing on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, god damn. If you love what we're doing Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, get on the Patreon. $3 a month gets you an exclusive episode every single Friday and the ability to send in your scenarios to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday shows. If you want to help even more on the free 99 side and you are an audio listener, please hit that download button as well as rating the podcast. It helps a tremendous. I don't care what audio platform you're on, rate us 5 stars and download. It helps out. I don't care if you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple Music, if you're on any of the other ones, just doing that helps out tremendously. If you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and click onto our Linktree link. Go on to Instagram as well as TikTok and just give us a follow over there, man. TikTok and Instagram, we have the clips of all the shows, all the best parts of the shows over there. I have been lacking on the clips side of things. I do apologize. I will try to be a little more consistent with that. It's just, I do work a full-time job with doing this, so it is hard to find time to do that between sleeping and working out and, family stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, trust me, I'm trying my best. If you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and click, go to the Linktree, click on YouTube. Subscribing there does help. Even if you don't watch us on YouTube, subscribing helps a lot. I appreciate you guys so much. And without further ado, let's get into our scenarios for today. All right. Am I the asshole for refusing to lend my friend my house after her, hold on. Am I the asshole for lending my friend my house for her wedding after she asked me for a paternity test, resulting in her having to cancel the wedding? So, okay, that really doesn't make any sense because she canceled the wedding. So there's no wedding. So it's like, okay, well, you don't have to use my house anymore. All right, we'll read the story and we'll see what happens. Okay, my friend Sandra and I have known each other for over 20 years. We are 30 and 32. Sandra is getting married to Andres, and I'm married to Ian. Okay, some relevant information. Andres and I originally came from the same country and even the same region. We share many characteristics. We both have very round faces, deep brown eyes, long straight black hair, etc. If you didn't know better, you might as well assume we're siblings. I met Andre 6 years ago and introduced him to Sandra. He proposed 2 years ago. I own a beautiful property in my home country that I was ready to lend to Sandra and Andres for their wedding. My property is like a finca and has 10 rooms. I don't know what that means, but okay. Usually I would rent it out for weddings at somewhat of a high price, but I was happy to give it to them at no cost, with the condition that they hire their own catering and have their guests strip their beds when they leave. The issue: 3 months ago, Sandra became more reclusive. She wasn't answering my texts and we didn't meet up. 2 weeks ago, she appeared at my door with Andres. They sat us down, my husband included, and said that she suspected that my daughter is actually Andres's biological daughter and requested a paternity test for peace of mind. So, wait a minute. So her friend Sandra is saying that her daughter, Andres, is the father of her daughter. As if she's saying like, yo, you and Andres was fucking, you got pregnant by him, had that daughter, and then you met your man, and then he got with me. And what's going on here? Okay, all right, this is getting a little salty. I was so shocked that I couldn't say anything. My husband lost his temper and raised his voice, telling Sandra that she was being absolutely stupid. Sandra pointed out that my daughter looks like Andres. I explained that Andres and I look alike. She kept shaking her head, saying my daughter would look more like my husband and not like my exact copy. The evening ended poorly. I agreed to the test if they paid for it. The results came back Friday showing that Andres was not the father. We also did a test confirming that my husband is the father. Sandra cried and tried to hug me. I told her, bitch, I don't want to, and that I didn't want to be friends with her for the time being. Facts. How you gonna sit here and tell me that I smashed this man who I hooked you up with, by the way? You're making my husband think that I'm, doing some infidelity shit and all this kind of, like, bitch, who the fuck you think you is? Yeah, I don't want to be your friend. Fuck out of here. She kept saying her worries were justified and made a comment about women from your country being more likely to do that. Wow. Shots being fired. She was just like, well, women in your country are more likely to be little whores. Like, wait, what? Huh?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Them just fighting words. You trying to box, homegirl? Hey, Sandra, you better watch your mouth, bitch. Because you don't say that. You don't say that to a girl that's supposedly your friend. Hey, that's fucked up, bro. That is fucked up. All right. In the moment, I was filled with anger. Facts. I told her she could forget about using the venue and didn't want her in my life anymore. She started crying, but I made her leave. Her mom and she have been texting me saying they can't find a new venue. I still said no. 20 minutes ago, Sandra called me sobbing, saying that the wedding is off because of me. Am I the asshole? Should I have let her use the venue at the usual place, or was what I did okay? No, I don't think you're the asshole at all, because for one, she accused you of sleeping with her man and having a kid with him, mind you. Then two, she said that you're a hoe because that's what your people do. Like, who the fuck? And then three, I can guarantee you the reason the wedding is over is because she accused her man, who wants to marry her and who loves her, of sleeping with this girl. And it's like, I'm sure Andres is sitting there like, bro, are you kidding me? That's not my daughter, for one. For two, I'm not sleeping with her like that, and she's not like that. Like, what the fuck? And homegirl has every reason to be mad at Sandra because of what she said. Like, for one, it's fucked up that you sat there and you said that that we had a baby together when that was a blatant lie, just because we look alike, whatever the case may be. Like, that's fucked up in itself. And that's why her husband Ian got pissed off, because she was just like, who the fuck are you saying that Andres slept with my girl and blah, blah, blah. Like, huh? You know? And then too, you're going to sit there and be like, oh, well, that's what women in your country do. Like, oh, really now? Oh, yeah? Huh. Well, I'm gonna show you what they do then. You know, like, come on, man. I slapped the taste out that girl's mouth. Like, who the hell do you think you're talking about? And then you think that, oh yeah, we can still use your house for our wedding. Like, nah, man, I wouldn't want to be her friend either. So no, you are not the asshole at all. I can't believe she would even accuse you of having a child with that guy, and then sitting there practically saying that you is a hoe. I mean, that's messed up. That's extremely messed up, man. Yeah, she deserved that, because, ooh, nah. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though. All right, am I the asshole for asking my wife for a BJ? Okay. My wife and I very rarely have sex. Most of our sex life is me going down on her, and occasionally she will give me a handy, or we have full-blown intercourse. She has very bad endometriosis, so sex hurts her very bad. My birthday is coming up soon, so she asked what I wanted for my birthday, and I told her I just wanted a BJ. He said, girl, I just want you to slob on my knob, corn on the cob. You ain't gotta buy me nothing. Just get on them knees and get it. Like, that's it. She got very offended and asked if she's not enough for me. What? Okay. I don't know what that means. Facts. I don't know if I'm being unreasonable. I don't pressure her for sex and usually put her pleasure over mine. Am I the asshole for asking? Because this seems to be the overwhelming question. Yes, it was expressly stated I was asking for her to be the giver, and sex had been discussed already, so I asked for her to try next time. I don't think you're wrong for that. Why? I mean, especially if you constantly put her pleasure over yours, you have no problem going down on her, you know what I mean? You're very perceptive to, like, you know, sex hurts her, so you're just like, hey, you know, I'm gonna get up in there, I'm gonna bust my nut real quick, that way, you know, it only feels pleasurable, it doesn't get to a point where it just hurts. I think that for him just asking for a simple thing like that, why not? Why not? I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't know, ladies, you let me know what would be wrong with that. Why would she be so offended over that if he's constantly, accounting her pleasure over his? You know, he's very attentive to her situation as far as like sex being painful. I just don't see anything wrong. It's not like he's asking her to do anything crazy. You know, he's not asking for a threesome. He's not asking to bring another girl in. He's not asking to, do some weird shit with his butthole or with her butthole. You know, he's not asking for anal or nothing. All he's doing is just saying, hey, I just want you to get on them knees and suck me off. That's it. And call it birthday done. You could bust that out in the morning time. Your boy is hard as fuck when he wakes up. You know, like, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't think he's the asshole at all. He's asking for something that's very simple, and it doesn't seem like that. But you let me know, ladies. Is that going overboard? Is he doing too much? Is he not doing enough? You know, I don't know. You let me know. Okay. Girlfriend cheated on me with my friend. Oh, Jesus. I, 35 male, was at a mountain house for the weekend, and I didn't really know many people and wasn't feeling social, so I stayed in my room the night and had myself a pity party, and my girlfriend didn't want to be with me in the room. She continued to socialize, which is fine, whatever. I shouldn't be angry at that, but when it got late, I went downstairs and everyone was either sleeping or passed out, but didn't see my girlfriend, so my heart started pounding. So I went into the basement and could see through the sliding door windows outside 2 people having sex. When I snuck closer, it was my girlfriend with my friend. Advice, what should I do? Should I tell her or should I just leave? I would just leave, man. I would just leave, bro. I wouldn't have even continued the, what did he say, like cabin trip or weekend, whatever. I'd have left that night. I'd have called me an Uber and I just left that. I would have packed up, left that night, and everybody would have woke up and been like, yo, where's so-and-so? Like, I'm gone. And I would have ghosted everybody. I'd have ghosted my girl. I'd have ghosted my friend. You know, maybe some people I'd talk to, but, you know, I would just be like, nah, I'm good. I'd be like, you ask, you know, let's say his friend is Phil and his girl's name is Sarah or something. I'd be like, you ask Phil and Sarah. You ask them why I left, you know, and they're going to sit there and cap and lie and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, bro, I saw you. I saw you with my own 2 eye receptacles. I saw you. You was letting him hit that coochie. You was letting him do it. Don't lie to me. I saw it with my own 2 eye receptacles. Like, that's probably the worst way to catch a person cheating. I mean, it's the worst and the best. You know, it's the best in the fact that you're not like, oh, you know, did she do it? Did she not? Is it out of context? Blah, blah, blah. But it's also the worst because it's like, you seeing it. You seeing it. Her moaning and oh God and all that to another dude. Like, that's tough, man. That's very, very tough. Hopefully he just left. And if you're listening to this and you waited until you got my response, just leave, man. Don't say nothing to her. Don't say nothing to him. Ghost that nigga, and just say, hey, we're done. And she's gonna be like, what? Why? Da-da-da. Oh, look, no reason. I'm just done with this relationship. I just don't want to be in it anymore. You know? And I wouldn't talk to homeboy no more and just leave it at that, dude. Let them be in a relationship because that's what they want. Oh, fuckers. You know? I'm just saying. All right, on to our next one. I think my girlfriend has been too intimate to her male friends. Uh-oh.
She belongs to the streets.
Oh, hopefully not, but we'll see. We are both uni students and we met each other in the student hall we're living at. We are in a relationship for a year now. As I said, we live in a student hall with flats of mixed genders, pretty normal. And she has a lot of male friends, mostly course mates and flatmates. I went to her flat this Monday night and she had some of her flatmates over, 2 guys. We're having a little party. She was wearing, I would say, a rather skimpy and appropriate outfit, like a night dress. I was a bit shocked that she wore that around other guys. Had to tell her to put a cover or something on, which she did. Later, when we were along, I discussed with her and told her how I felt bad, nervous, and maybe a little paranoid about what I had seen. I understand it is inevitable to socialize and befriend with flatmates of different sex, but I was not comfortable with her wearing that way too casually. She promised me that she wasn't being suggestive or seductive in any way. She was relaxing the night wearing what was comfortable at her room. When her flatmates invited her, she was being lazy to change, so she didn't normally just hang around like that. I don't think it is cheating, but I do concern about it, especially about what she wears sometimes, not only time to time. I know I shouldn't be telling her what to wear, etc. I am also worried about her and her gym buddy, a guy as well. I don't want to restrict her or control her in any way, but I honestly do feel uncomfortable when she is sometimes okay to wear a night dress when her male friends are around. I think it's a bit too intimate. I guess it is because I am from a more conservative cultural background. I am Asian. She is Asian as well, but have spent a lot of time in Europe. What is your guys' advice on it? This is going to sound horrible, and people are probably going to be mad at me and hate me about it, but look, I would look at this relationship. The advice I'd give you is be like, look, man, she ain't the one, and it's just your turn. Because to me, she's giving off that vibe and energy of, I love the attention from all these other guys, but she wants to also be in a relationship. You know, she doesn't like these guys. I don't think she would have sex with these guys. I don't think she would really do anything with these guys. That's not what I'm saying. I think she just enjoys the attention, so she'll kind of flirt just enough, and she'll be kind of, overly friendly just enough. She'll kind of look cute and do her little thing to get attention and stuff like that. I think she enjoys the attention from these guys, and it's one of those things where it sucks because it's like as if she's just putting herself out there, for all these guys to look at and give attention and talk to. And then, you're just supposed to be cool with that. And to me, it's like, that doesn't scream like long-term relationship. It just really doesn't. Like I said, you can have acquaintances and you can, be nice to people and all that kind of stuff. But to the degree that she's going to, it does seem like she's doing it all for the attention, and she just wants the attention. And it's kind of like, it's just your turn, like she ain't the one. It's just your turn, and like I said, I could be 100% wrong, but I mean, just to save you, it'd be a thing where it's like, I would go into it like, all right, hey, it's just my turn with this girl. And if she cheats on you or something happens with these guys or whatever the case may be, because I agree, don't control her. Don't tell her what to wear. Don't do all this kind of stuff. Obviously let her know when something when you feel uncomfortable about something that she does, 100%. Like, hey, I don't like when you do that. That makes me feel uncomfortable. And if she decides to, rectify it and change it, which she did, which is great, that's fantastic. But it's one of those things where it's just like she enjoys the attention way too much, and if I'm gonna put an analogy to this, it's kind of like buying a brand new car, and then they come and tell you, they say, hey man, I know you just bought this car, but I'm going to need to take it back and put it on the lot every once in a while just to bring in new customers. I'm not going to sell it or anything, but I just need to show it off so that way it just brings more customers in. Is that cool? And it's like, no, like that's mine. You know what I mean? I want to be able to show it off. But like I said, a lot of people be mad about me saying that because they're just like, that's not what she's doing. And it's like, that's fine. But like I said, with all this male attention that she's getting, it's like there's gonna come a time where she'll slip up, kiss another dude or something might happen, or she gets talked into it, or one thing led to another, it was just a heated conversation situation. I've seen it so many times on this show, and that's why I give the advice that I gave, because that's where a lot of those relationships have led to, is what I'm saying. So like I said, I'd stay in the relationship, let her do her thing, voice your opinions, and if she wants to change it, she wants to change it. And that's that. So, I don't know, you guys that's my 2 pennies. I'd love to hear yours in the comments, okay? I'm just saying. All right. She just broke up with me out of nowhere. All right, let's see why she broke up with you, because you was probably doing something, or you just probably weird. I don't know. We'll see. I, 27 male, have been dating a woman, 25 female, for the last few months. Things have been going great. We hit it off immediately. We had similarities in almost everything. We both had questionable pasts and have matured from them, and we have some of the strongest chemistry either of us have felt. Sex is amazing too. She would tell me that I'm the perfect guy for her and that she's so lucky to have me. We've talked about our future, a house, family, all that stuff. We were still taking our time. Our intentions were clear and we loved each other. The night before, everything was great. We were in love, hanging out like normal. The next day, I get a phone call. We need to talk. I want to break up. I'm too immature. We're totally different people. She doesn't want a relationship. She's moving out of state. Bam. I couldn't believe what I heard. I kept the conversation civil, but I was so course upset. I was, of course, upset. She told me to stop all contact with her and then blocked me on everything. How could everything be going great one day and for so long and then just drop the next? My gut feeling is she's running away. She told me she had issues with that before, but she was working on it. But this is the first time I think I'm really seeing it. I just want to understand more. Honestly, this hits a huge red flag for me, but I know I love her. Has anyone ever been in this type of situation before? I've never been in this situation, but I have had friends that have been in this situation. And a lot of times it's simply because they're dating someone else. Yeah. Either that or they have been cheating on their partner for at least a month or two, somewhere around there. And then they finally decide to break it off with, the person that they were with first. That's how a lot of times it'll go. Ladies, you let me know. You may know something I don't know. Maybe like she wasn't, maybe the idea of like a serious relationship scared her off. Maybe, the relationship got too serious for her. And she just decided peace and chicken grease. But if I'm being honest with you, I would say like 7 times out of 10, it's because she has someone else. And the fact that she's like cut off all contact and blocked you on everything just kind of further proves that she is kind of with somebody else, because she doesn't want you to see the pictures of her posting, them going out and going on dates and hanging out and doing all this kind of stuff, and her changing her bio to, a different date with a little ring on it and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's why it just kind of shows me that, yes, she was probably cheating on you. She probably found, she's probably with somebody else. And it got to a point where it was like, cool, I can get rid of this guy and go with this guy. You were probably just kind of like a placeholder dude, or you were probably just like a guy that was like good enough. And then she found somebody better and she was like, this is what I want. But until this guy commits, I'm going to stay with this guy. And then guess what? This guy committed and now she can get rid of this guy. And this guy happens to be you. So yeah. Ooh. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that majority of the time when this type of thing happens, that's what's going on. All right. I won't even hit the she belong to the streets button. I know y'all be getting mad at that. All right, but I'm just saying, it's one of those things where she homie hopping. She homie hopping. It is what it is. But again, ladies, if you know the reason why she would do something like this, or you have an idea, put it in the comments. I'm willing to listen to it. I'm willing to be wrong. That's fine. That's totally fine with me. But like I said, majority of the time, it's because she found a better guy. I'm just saying. Just saying. Like I said, that's my 2 pennies. I'd love to hear your 2 pennies. Okay? All right. This will be our last one for today's Tuesday episode. And this one is, girlfriend cheated on me with my sister. Wait, yo.
What did he say?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Okay. This one will be interesting. For context, I'm female and bi, and I had a girlfriend up until yesterday. So wait, okay. What? Okay, this just gets even crazier. Like,
What? Bruh.
okay, all right, let's unpack all this. Okay, so it's a girl dating a girl, and the girl who wrote it in has a sister. Okay, all right. I found out that she was cheating on me with my own sister for around a month. Damn. Okay. She was originally friends with my sister, so I never even imagined something like this would happen. I just thought they were really close and didn't say anything, even when they kept each other almost you kept seeing each other almost every day. See, I think it was a thing where her and your sister dated at one point, and then your sister broke up with her. And so in order to kind of like stay in her life type shit, whatever, she probably dated you and was just like, oh yeah, hang around her enough, and then maybe I can get back in her sister's good graces, and then once I do, I can make my move, and then we can get back together, and then I can just dump her sister, and it is what it is. And it's like, ugh. I'm just saying, that could be what it is. She's probably plotting and planning, because it's like, if they were that close before they got together, that's what it kind of seemed like. She was a little heartbroken and she didn't get over it. Let's see. However, the past few days were acting so sus that I knew something was up. So I checked my sister's phone at night and found their messages. Instantly, my heart stopped and my hands were shaking. I still can't believe I'm still in shock right now. Right after that, I went over to my girlfriend's place to confront her, and she said she's confused on who she likes. Oh, I never ever expected her, let alone my own sister, would do this to me, especially when we're not home. We're overseas for our studies, and they are only people I have in my life right now. They're the only people I have in my life right now. I don't have anyone to talk to, and it's making me go crazy. This is also my first relationship where this was also my first relationship where I was this close to someone. We had been dating for 8 months. I live with my sister and have to see her every day. I don't know how I can handle it. Someone please tell me what to do. I want to heal from this as soon as possible. This is literally traumatizing, and I don't think I can trust anyone fully after this. Please help. I don't really know what to do. I skipped work today, and I have an exam in a few days too. Oh, man, girl. I mean, for one, you have to just you got to cut the cord with this girl. If I'm being honest with you, I would cut the cord because there's no future with this girl. And it sucks to say that, and it sucks to hear that, and it sucks to, realize that. But there's no future with this girl. If she's willing to just get rid of you and go with your sister like that and sit there and act confused and stuff like that, trust me, there's just no future with this girl. And it really sucks because even if you guys do get back together, there's going to come to a point where there'll be another girl, and then she's going to be confused between you and that other girl. And it's just going to happen all over again. And it really, really sucks. And I understand that. And that's heartbreaking, but it is the truth. And it really does suck. And the best thing you can do is honestly focus on work and your studies and just, bury yourself in it and just really focus hard on it. I'm not saying to not let your feelings out and talk about it and that kind of stuff. No, I'm just saying really focus on the things that matter and put yourself in a great, start accomplishing things, you know what I mean? Finishing school, saving money for some goals, or just find things that, you want to accomplish, find goals that you want to accomplish, and just be so headstrong about that. And because for me, even getting out of relationships, that's what I've always done. I've never been the type to just kind of sulk around and be sad because I know that's not going to do anything for me. And what I try to do is I say, you know what? I'm a change myself. I'm gonna be a better me. I'm gonna set some goals. I'm just gonna strive to hit those goals. And that's the best thing you can really do for yourself. Why? Because you are actively improving yourself and you're not thinking about it all the time. Are there times that you're going to be thinking about it? 100%, but at least you have a goal in mind that can snap you back. No, it was tough, but I'm focused on this. I'm focused on that. I'm focused, you know what I mean? And that's probably the best advice that I can really give you, because getting into another relationship, trust me, that's not really gonna help out too much. It's just not. And so I don't want to give you some kind of advice like that. I would just say find ways to improve yourself and just hyper focus on those, you know what I mean? And then find you some friends and hang out with them and so on and so forth. That's my advice anyway. If you guys have some better advice out there for this girl, put it in the comments. Let her know. You know what I mean? But thank you guys so much for listening and watching today's beautiful Tuesday episode. We had a great thread. We had some wonderful scenarios sent in by you guys of the lovely Patreon community. And again, if you want to get your scenarios on here, or if you want to just send me some scenarios, whatever the case may be, Patreon is the place to do it. I do accept submissions from Instagram as well as TikTok and stuff, but Patreon does get the priority of it, okay? So I'm not saying, Patreon's the only way you can send me stuff. You can send me through TikTok and Instagram. It's just I don't really pay attention to those too much because I prioritize the Patreon people because they are paying. It's $3 a month, exclusive episode every single Friday, and the ability to get the episode or get the scenario sent on here. Like I said, it doesn't even have to be your scenario. Maybe you're just cruising Reddit and you're like, yo, this is wild. I'd love to see him react to this on the show. And then you send it to me. I've had that happen tons of times. But yeah, that's that. If you guys are listening on an audio platform, please keep downloading, man. We have really hit a lot of goals as far as our downloads and all that kind of stuff, and I appreciate that so much. It just shows me that you guys are supporting the show week in, week out, and you guys are really enjoying what we're doing over here on Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday, and Sunday episodes, and I appreciate that so much. I really do. Please keep rating the podcast 5 stars as well as downloading. If you want to help even more on the free 99 side of things, TikTok and Instagram, follow us over there. TikTok, we're trying to hit 10K before August. I was trying to hit it before June, but that probably won't happen, so it's okay. That was just, I was trying, but I think that was more on me, but it is what it is. We're going to try to hit 10K before August, but I do appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all later. Peace.